guys saw on Rocation Day 1 that I bought this thing. Probably the best thing that happened during Rocation, because it didn't get much better. Alright, please excuse the mess. I'm about to start building my Garmin cooler again for the winter. I'll film some of that for you guys. But I want to get you caught up on Rocation and hunting season. We have a recovery story coming. I'm just going to show you the clips of my few hunts. The recovery happened like in the middle of these hunts. But I want to go over all of the bad first, all of the bad luck, bad fortune, and then we'll end on a high note with Jordan's buck. So we got some footage to show you guys from that. I'll throw in some of Jordan's season. He had a lot of awesome footage, so we'll throw some of that in here at the end. If you want to just skip forward to seeing some big bucks and see a recovery, you can skip forward to that. But if you want to see how the season's been going, man, so where did I leave you guys? Rocation Day 9 turned into an all-day sit. That was my last episode. Then the bad luck starts. And by bad luck, I mean mistakes. I made mistakes. Some of it's bad luck, you'll see. I mean, it's got to be bad luck. But either way, our next hunt, I head out to the woods to a new spot. And let's just take a look at how this goes. Oh man, look at that. Broke my screen. No. Well, we got two things majorly wrong. One, I broke my screen. That really sucks. Two, the wind is supposed to be straight north and south. Well, south to north. But it is blowing almost straight west. So it's like hitting me right in the side of the face going straight out. Luckily, that is my shooting lane, but I did expect deer to come from over there. There's a million things. So we're in this CRP off the backside of some swamps. Tons of sign in here as I came in. Just unfortunately, there are no trees off this CRP to really hunt it at all. The tree I'm in is probably too small. Probably shouldn't be in it, but we're gonna try. I kicked deer up. There's a lot going wrong for a last second decision to come hunt a brand new spot, but ultimately we're here. There's a ton of sign. It's the rut, so kicking up deer is not that big of a deal if you ask me, and we're gonna hang in here for the night. Hopefully it don't get too windy because this tree is quite small, but ultimately we got like two hours left, hour and 50 left. Fingers crossed. So yeah, we broke the screen on my camera, which is the big new, well, not on my camera. So I bought an external screen for my camera and that broke. Super unfortunate. And then we didn't even see any good deer to really make it worth it. And that spot isn't the best. So it is what it is. The really disheartening, the complete downturn of the season was the following hunt. So if you guys have been keeping up on the season, I had been traveling down south, scouting, had a camera down there. I was really excited to go do an all-day sit. I had a perfect spot picked out on the map satellite view. So that's the only scouting I've been doing in the one spot. So about a mile south is where my camera was. But for that particular day, the wind, I wanted to hunt a mile north on a different set of land. So I went down in there, and this is what happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to public land hunting. I was just getting my platform up. Super excited about this spot. Never been in here before. Super excited about the spot. I look over. There's a pile of apples and a trail camera. And if you're unaware, in Wisconsin, that would be illegal here. So I'm not gonna sit here and hunt. So it's already very much bright enough. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm half tempted just to pack it out and go grab my camera and just leave and then hunt somewhere else the rest of the day. But so yeah, you leave your house, drive 2.5 hours in the pitch black, you pick one out of a billion trees, and you happen to be on top of an illegal bait pile. That is like, it's like extremely unfortunate. You couldn't do that if you tried. Like, kind of wild. And that was just like my attitude killer, because like I was so committed to hunting all day on that ridge top, and I was so excited to be down there and hunting. And then, you know, what I didn't show in the video or talk about really, because I planned on making the video like this, not only was it a legal bait pile, but there were a ton of trees and branches cut for shooting lanes, and that's all illegal on Wisconsin public land. So I just had to get out of there. I do plan on scouting more next year, finding a spot that doesn't have illegal activity happening. and I'm definitely going to take a 2-day trip and hunt down there. So I'm super excited for that. Unfortunate it ended the way it ended this year, but I have more intel than I've ever had before, and I'm super excited to go down there for next year. So that was like the super downturn, and like the just all of the emotions were at the lowest of lows. And then, you know, we had another hunt, didn't really see much deer. I've been popping into this new public chunk. I have a good buck on camera, 2 of them actually, and I'm just pumped to get in there. I decided to go in there with Tyler, but instead of sitting on my camera, we push in somewhere else. And I'm just going to summarize this one instead of showing you. I'll show you guys clips while I'm talking. But me and Tyler walk in 1.5 miles, or just about 1 mile, and hang instead of my camera. And sure enough, where my camera was, definitely running activity. Now, the buck never hit the camera, but does are running back and forth, bucks are running back and forth. I know the big one was probably in bow range of where I wanted to sit, and we chose not to. So, you know, again, another mistake. Instead of hunting where I had intel, we hunted where I didn't, and it didn't work out. I go back in there on my most recent hunt, and I took my most recent hunt as an opportunity to just dive into this chunk and just figure out what it looks like beyond where I've been, see if there's more hunting opportunity, and this is a few clips of me walking around. I want this to be slightly cohesive. I walked over 1 mile in, found a spot I really liked. Horrible for the wind that we have down in there. Not happy with the tree choices that were available to us. And I thought this spot on the way back out would be good. And then I climbed the tree, and my shooting lanes are, I mean, from the ground it looks like there's a lot of shooting lanes. You get up and just branch count is way too high. Like, I have a shooting lane behind me on the right, a shooting lane like right below me on the left. And I can already foresee the future. Like, these deer are gonna be walking to my east through the swamp going north towards food. There's absolutely no reason for them to come this way whatsoever. Every spot that you could get in a tree, you had no shooting lanes. Like, it was all high stem count stuff. Everywhere where you wanted to hunt, you couldn't get in a tree. You know, everywhere there's an opening, there's no trees. It's all birch trees, like little ones too, so they're swaying. Yeah, this is hunting though, and I want this feeling in this video, because it's not an easy feeling to fight when you're hunting. I think you all know that as well as I do, but just not happy with my choices tonight. It is what it is, but I'm still gonna hunt. So we're gonna make our way back, and I may stop at the hillside or I may go up to the camera. We'll decide when we get up there. Stuff clearly cut off. It's public land, clearly cut off. I mean, years ago. I can say all I want that I've never been in here, but how do you prove that? You know? How do you prove that years ago I didn't cut this off when I was stupid, and now I'm coming back in to hunt this tree, and then that tells me 100% there's a tree. Yeah, I don't know how to switch the camera. There's a tree that's clearly cut down right there. So, like, you know, and again, no shooting lanes. I would have to have the luckiest, dumbest deer come walking through here to have at all an opportunity to get an arrow off. So here we are in our second tree of the day, and I'm going to tear down again.
I will say, shout out to Tyler. These Hyperlite sticks, if it wasn't for these Hyperlite sticks, I'd already be back at the truck if I was carrying my sticks, my hawk heliums. I love my hawk heliums. They're 30 inches. I get really high in the tree. I still carry one of them with these Hyperlites. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for these Hyperlite sticks, this pack would be too heavy. I would not be tromping through the woods like this. But I thought maybe I'd be able to shoot to that hillside over there a lot better than I can. And ultimately that means, I mean, there's kind of a window there. No, I don't want to deal with allegations of breaking and cutting trees. The tree next to me's got branches clearly broken off it.
So I decided to hunt where I hunted the first day, and we didn't see any deer. So it is what it is. As of this video, that was my last bow hunt. The season ended with a whimper. Was not the most exciting finish to a season. However, this season has absolutely built a portfolio of new land, new places, new trees that I cannot wait to get into next year. A little spring scouting, a little, early season action. I'm super pumped to get in these places. Can't see what a year of growth does to them. But I'm just really glad that this season has turned out the way it has, in a way that I now have experienced all of these places, and I'm super excited to get out and hunt them next year. But without further ado, let's hop into a successful season and take a look at a couple of just footage of Jordan's hunts and then his recovery. So let's get after it.
I'm walking back to the camper, just grabbed one of my cameras, just walking one of my access trails here. I walked up on a buck 10 yards, knelt down. I'm standing right here. He's literally right there in the brush. He was looking at me when I stood up too.
Can't not rule out a 1-2.
Step to the right, gave you your opening. Yeah. White ass belly.
White ass belly. Just
belly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at the mass on that thing.
That just a big 6 or a big 7?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That's a stud.
Look at the friggin' neck on that.
Found it. Nice work.
Hanging out for about 30 yards. All right, and this is where I leave you guys. Congratulations to Jordan again. A successful season, awesome hunt. You know, I've been in a similar situation where you walk up on a deer and you shoot it from the ground, and man, that feeling is incredible. So much fun. So, congratulations to Jordan. Make sure you guys congratulate him down below. That's going to do it for this episode. I have one more episode coming for you guys before rifle season content. Hopefully it's 2. Hopefully I can get out and go hunting one last time. I doubt. I don't know. It's going to be tough to squeeze it in. But either way, the one other thing you guys can look forward to coming up here is rifle season. Every year, I love rifle season. And this year, we get to experience first time hunter. First time ever hunting. We are going to quote unquote catch and cook for him. He just wants to kill a deer and eat it. That's the goal. So I cannot wait to get in the woods for this rifle season and bring you guys that experience. But either way, I've been rambling too long. This episode's probably too long. And this is where I leave you guys. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Good luck to you this rifle season. And until next time, we'll see you in the woods.